Hi Scorpio, thank you for joining me and welcome to this reading for December 2017. I'm excited to be here with you guys, and I'm doing a love reading for December only without too much astrology. I mean, I'm going to talk about Saturn and I'm going to talk about Mercury, but I'm not going to really show you the chart or anything. This is meant to be just like a love reading, giving you a good overview of what's going on in terms of love. I'm using the Ultimate Love deck, the Angel Answers Oracle, and Angel Answers, I've restarted this video 3 times. Let me just get this out here. The Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue. And yeah, so let's just get into it. This is a really popular deck. It's probably the most popular Oracle deck. So if you guys want to see the cards up close, I really recommend that you look at Google and find the title of the card through that and read the bottom part, because I'm going to lay down a lot of cards and so I won't have the opportunity to highlight each one. Your first card is the wedding card, so this is the initiation of something new. A marriage is happening in your life or a more serious relationship. The next message is you deserve love. This is your innate understanding of your current situation and how you feel about things. Next we have attraction. A deep attraction is between you and someone else. You may feel as though you are being guided towards this person very quickly. It's almost taking over you. The next message is very soon. There could be some type of need for formalizing circumstances faster than you normally would want to. Ooh, Scorpio, engagement. Holy crap, there you go. No, so there is going to be a commitment with regard to circumstances or situations. You found the right person, it looks like, and you feel really, really excited. And what do we get now? It's this could be the one. Oh my gosh. So you definitely have something going on here. It seems as though a love relationship has broken through for you. Make the effort in order to overcome circumstances. Your heart is on fire and you are truly in love. The next message is reconciliation. I think that from a point of honesty, it's important for you to humble yourself towards someone else and bring them back into your heart. Release your ex. Caused you to have to make a choice to be on your own. By releasing someone from the past fully, you're allowing someone new to come in, new love coming through and giving you a new opportunity. Now these things haven't happened for you in the recent past, so it seems as though you're already on your way to love with someone. And then pay attention to the red flags. There could be still kind of hesitancy or your tendency to put the brake on things. I find Scorpios really dive into situations really quickly and then they backtrack. So it's at first probably one of the most intense signs, and then after a minute you realize that they're like, I don't know if I like being here, and so then they hide. Here is the next message. We have free yourself. I think it's important for you to break habits of breaking out of situations. Next we have the soulmate, the end of a situation or the next step. I think that there is a bit of a transition from one soulmate to another at this time. Next we have the flirt card. I feel as though you're bringing in really warm and kind energy that you feel a lot of love towards. Then there is separation, something that must have happened, although I feel as though it was a construct. A construct means that you had chosen and had justified a course of action based on your personal beliefs or your personal discretion about a situation. Next we have give your relationship a chance. I feel as though there was a complete lack of faith in a relationship. There was a complete lack of something working out, and that your attempts at trying to make a situation workable really fell apart, and you were no longer able to understand why something was the way that it was. This led to an increase in financial circumstances and an increase in your prosperity. Next, getting to know each other. Before you know it, you realize that you're in a pattern of greater greater pattern of learning about someone else. You know how when you meet someone and you're like, wow, this person's got so many different qualities, they have so much going on, and then you just come to realize that there's so much more to a person after a while, that it takes a really long time to get to know them. Heart-to-heart conversations, I feel as though opening your heart, opening your mouth, and communicating about what's going on inside will actually allow you a lot of healing, be it with a new person or that person from the past. Let go of control issues. You must decide to stop controlling the situation and allow the situation to evolve on its own organically, right? The next message is express your love. I think that you make a choice to put yourself out there, so make the effort, flirt, and express your love. You're supposed to put yourself out there again, but there is another soulmate, and yes, it's safe for you to love. So I feel as though you are definitely walking into another relationship. I feel as though possibly the person from the past with whom you've already reconciled. I feel like there's a certain degree of caution that you feel towards the circumstances that you're involved in. So you're really wondering whether a situation or a circumstance is exactly what it's shaping up to be, and then you're being very discerning, which is weird because here you have this, it's almost like you're getting the red carpet rolled out for you in terms of love. Everything is being handed to you in a big way, and I feel as though you're skeptical. You're being Scorpio skeptic. What do we call this? Let's call this video Scorpio skeptic. But you're being quite skeptical and quite like, I'm not sure if this is what I want. And so I feel as though those feelings are going to be okay, but at the end of December you're going to really have to counteract whatever you've created through that energy as you come to realize that this is the real deal, that this is the right situation to be involved in. I feel as it's you feel this constant need to take control over your life, and that in itself can become quite a habit, thinking that something else is you know, has a hold of you. Some people really have a hard time. They have a type of claustrophobia that has to do with being inside any building. They feel trapped, right? So they end up oftentimes being homeless and on the street because they can't handle being within, they don't feel comfortable within a structure of a building, right? And so I feel as though this is a similar kind, I'm not saying you're phobic, I'm not pretending to be a doctor that can diagnose this, but I feel as though you feel really as though you're being held back from constantly. You have this this compulsion or belief system that something is holding you back from being the true you, and as you are feeding into that, you get trapped into the need to continue to run from being held back from being the true you, and which actually perpetuates a cycle of denial. So I think that this is probably the hardest card in the whole spread, and this is kind of like your next step that you need to address. You just need to take a step back and stop kind of running or avoiding a situation. But I think otherwise than that, there's a real deep connection in which you're being solicited with love. Love is being given to you. I feel as though love is coming into your life and you're being asked to put your feelings out there. I feel as though you're getting to know someone, so this is starting as a friendship and growing into a more serious type of relationship, although I feel as though the attraction started almost immediately. It was like an awareness that there was something more to a situation, that, you know, more than just a friend, more than just a nice time or communication. I feel as though you've been focusing, in order to manage with everything, you've been focusing on your finances and work, and that's been kind of like, keep your head down, focus on what you can control while this is playing out in the back end of your life, right? So it's not that you have cut out this situation. In fact, you've allowed it to persist, and you focused on the things that you can control, and you're almost too shy to visit, you know, almost too shy to entertain the possibility of love coming into your life. You've been like, I'm just gonna work on this because this is too much for me. So you've been really taking a time out with regard to this relationship, but still constantly in present contact. This isn't someone who you have stopped talking to or communicating with. This is definitely someone with whom you're in touch with, but you get busy, you know, you get busy for days on end and try to focus on work because you're so intimidated by the feelings you're having and experiencing within the situation. I think that very soon there will come a time, maybe in the immediate present or in the onset of December, in which you are meant to make a stand about what you want. So basically there will be an opportunity or a moment in which you are meant to make your feelings known. And this is, think about like more formal, like something is going to be said, and the way that you respond to that thing that is said is going to I'm hearing the word execute, but it's going to complete the confirmation or the rejection of a relationship. So it's what you say in that instant, and you don't have too much control about what that will be. Your natural instinct is going to shine through, and it's going to communicate that information. Okay, but there's no make it or break it moment beyond this. There's this getting to know each other one step at a time, with ease and with friendliness, and without any pressure or without any kind of twisting and turning of something into something else, right? Like no pushing, no manipulating, no stress, just admiration and feelings of true love, of connection that you feel towards this person. Internally you feel like, wow, this is the person. You're seeing fireworks. I feel as though you're making certain commitments long term. You're also probably making certain long-term commitments to a community of people as well. So you could be signing up for a membership somewhere, you could be signing up for school. There is some kind of declaration of what your intentions are in the long term or in the medium to long term. Okay, but I think this is your feelings. This is like what's going on in terms of like the framework that you're going to fill in later on down the line. So you're just laying down the preliminary things from which you will build in this direction. I think in the meantime, you're having a lot of these very provocative conversations, and I think that you're really kind of working through your feelings in relation to those and trying to figure them out. But I feel as though your feelings are extremely activated in December. You're feeling completely awestruck, and these feelings at the beginning that have you in some way tentative are going to quickly be overshadowed by just complete adoration and love towards this person. I think that this could potentially be a new love that has come into your life, or if it's not that person, if you're already in a relationship, then I feel as though the person with whom you had reconciled, maybe a Leo, may be the person that you have taken till December. You could have reconciled with this person in October or even in November, but I feel like a couple months ago there had been some kind of reconciliation. And then there's another person possibly that was kind of in the back of your mind. This could have been from even a year ago or a different time, and it's important for you to release that person because that person has in a certain way been affecting, and they're not even a part of the equation anymore, but your consciousness of them is in some way affecting your presence in these situations. And we're dealing with very committed relationships, and committed relationships that are drawing your attention and desire towards them, right? At the outset we have, it's safe for you to love. Okay, So this is about safety, personal safety, feeling comfortable and allowing a relationship into your heart, allowing things to come through. And I feel as though this is the question. Are you safe, skeptical Scorpio? Yes, you are. And I think that you have to go through the motions about letting go of certain relationships, bringing something back possibly, or possibly starting a new relationship in a new direction. This is really cute together. I can sense you almost like doing your thing, and then maybe this is even a workplace kind of relationship where there's something coming through, it's really sweet, and then you just kind of hide in your work and you have the excuse that you're busy to not bring something in closer. But it's there. It's consistently there, and you're so shy to bridge that gap. It's not going to go away, so don't worry. It's better that you find composure and you find, a positive feeling for yourself, confidence for yourself, so you can move forward. There will be an event around December 1st, in the first week of December or so, let's say, that will require that you make your feelings known in some way. I mean, it can be little like a touch, or it can be, just like a gentle word. It doesn't have to be so intense or explicit. It can be just enough to be transparent about your feelings, right? So, and from that on, things will develop and flow naturally, so you don't have to necessarily worry about the progression of things. You really need to get to know the other person. Like I said, there's this quick, instant feeling that you or you mutually have towards one another, and you're going to have to grow into it and really see the different layers of that person. But I think as you get to know them, your love for them will deepen and deepen and deepen, and I think that your actions in that is to share of your feelings and of your love. Now, if you're in a relationship already, this can be, kind of relating to your partner in their different aspects of their personality. So in a certain respect, you will take a step back at first from that partner. Maybe a past relationship from a long time ago comes up and becomes a little bit awkward or strains the relationship, and so now you will have to kind of tiptoe around your partner here, and then work your way back in some way. But yeah, the feelings are there. Everybody's in the spirit of the season around you, and I think that they feel very passionate towards you, and I think that you feel very passionate towards them, but I think that the feelings are going to be separated from the actions, and so for a time and a place there will be deep feelings, and then on the other side there will be very kind of light-hearted or gentle conversation or connection. So it's going to be ease your way in. It's not going to be a full-on, love fest, or maybe even for some of you, you will make that kind of sexual connection, and then after that you might just kind of back off of that a little bit and just kind of have getting to know phase, and just more alongside of courting or friendly conversation or friendly approach. I think the necessity happens in releasing your anxiety. I feel as though you have a certain degree of anxiety in this relationship. Scorpio is very psychic sign, and so you are able to discern and tell within a situation that something's a big deal. And that's the problem, because you're treating it like a big deal before it is a big deal, because in the grand scheme of things it's a big deal. And so yes, you will be releasing, trying to control. It's not coming from a place of trying to hold something down. It's from a place of knowing what that represents. And if you approach it in a weird way, then it becomes weird and spirals out of control. So I feel like it's necessary. Don't do the whole thing like, I don't have feelings, like don't do that. Like, I don't have feelings, everything's chill, like you don't want to pretend as though you don't like him or you don't like her, but you do want to, and you do want to be true with your feelings, but you also have a need of a little bit of humor in the situation, or a little bit of an easy approach, not necessarily feeling so intense, like it has to happen a certain way and all this. But the feelings are freaking you out, and I can see that, like overwhelming, positive but overwhelming. You okay? So yeah, but I think that this is something that you had really wanted, and I feel as though a lot of your internal process had to do with self-worth and being willing to accept that something is meant to be yours, or worthy, you know, like you're worthy of something, that you have the value that something represents. Okay, so core card, 7 of Pentacles, an investment in the future. So if you don't pay attention to the flags right now, red flags right now, then they will come up again. So drawing a line between things and being discerning is actually just your way of preventing problems in the future. Let's take a look at your soulmate card next. Ooh, you got the soulmate card in that position. That's good stuff. Good for you. Here we go. Hermit, which is the card of Virgo. Hey girl, hey. So yeah, but this could be like your own process and feeling your own way about a situation, like going your own way in a situation and making discernment about what's right. You know, like I have 4 placements in Scorpio, so I'm so living for this reading right now. So yeah, there's someone who's very important that's coming through, and it feels very important for you right now, and you have to make your own kind of journey to understand that and what it means for you, and how you're going to integrate that into your life. This could be the one, Queen of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. I feel as though maybe Gemini for some of you will be that ideal person, but I feel as though you're kind of it's a deduction. It's like you've had to reason out your way towards this relationship, and you look at that person and they have the qualities and the attributes that you feel are necessary for a good partner. So I feel as though you've been kind of observing the situation, not from an emotional place, but more from a grounded place of understanding. Libra is an air sign, which means it has to do with the mind, but it's ruled by Venus, and so therefore it has a strong water quality to it, right? Emotional facet. Scorpio is a water sign, which means that it's rules the emotions. However, because of your need for discerning your environment, you have strong analytical capabilities. So both signs kind of have each other's quality to you, and so therefore you feel as though, you know, this could be a Libra person, but what I was saying is that your deduction about the quality of the person that you're thinking about is based on like rational points rather than emotional inspiration. And so that's where it's kind of hitting a nerve for you, because you tend to kind of do things through emotion, you know, through resonance and what feels right and going a specific direction. And in this situation, you feel as though the list, you know, your list of what is right and what is reasonable is actually quite addressed, and you're like, whoa, okay, this person has all these different qualities. And so you see yourself maybe as a Queen of Swords in terms of having your needs met or seeking your needs in this relationship, and addressing those needs as well. So let's see this. So we have engagement here, and the Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn woman. There could be a commitment that you are making in the long term to one of these people. This could have a lot of financial consequences for one or both people. This could be a commitment to an institution such as university, and putting in money towards something, towards a goal, and kind of committing to the outcome of that. Heart-to-heart conversations. You have the Knight of Cups. So I feel as though it's not going to be like a a drought. There's not going to be a drought emotionally for you in December. If anything, it's very intense, and so intense that you have to control how much exposure you have to other people, because you need a certain degree of autonomy to figure things out. So there's definitely, you know, this kind of showing of emotions, communicating about what's on your mind, connecting with someone else, making the effort, expressing how you feel. All those things are there, Scorpio. So you are definitely feeling this, and it's this kind of like, so hey, this is what this person's like, and they like strawberries. I mean, come on, you know, like, so it's that kind of like, there's more and more that you know about this person, and the more and more that you know about this person, the more you are enticed, or the more that you are like in disbelief that something is coming through in the way that you had hoped. Express your love, Nine of Pentacles. Hey girl, hey. It's like Venus and Virgo, right? So so yeah, gifts possibly, but Christmas time, you know, all this stuff. But the Nine of Pentacles is also about having confidence within yourself and what you represent. You know, that's the Nine of Pentacles. Like, I've earned this. Nine of Pentacles for me is kind of better than the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is like, this is what I got from before, either from my family or from other things. But Nine of Pentacles is like, I earned all this. This is who I am. And it's beyond just money. It's like, this is who I am. This is what I have to contribute. You know, these are the good things that I have to bring into the situation. This is like the positive things that I have to give. It's safe for you to love. So I feel as though you're getting over this kind of doubt within yourself that you're even capable of love, that you're capable of executing relationships with other people. I feel as though it's a bit of like an obstacle course. How do you actually make it happen? The Eight of Swords. There's a silver lining amid all this, and you're trying to figure out how to work your way through it. And trusting, I think that sometimes when you struggle with a topic or in a situation, you could struggle with it for so long that at the end, after a while, you in some way feel as though, how do you even make it happen? How do you pull through, right? So you get lost in the process of trying to achieve something. You kind of get lost in its execution, and you start doubting the even possibility that something could be safe to love. And so the answer here is, have put faith into the fact that you can love at this time, and it's safe for you. And it's like just trust the situation, and put your faith in it, throw yourself at it. Have a little confidence for what you have and what you represent internally, not just the external stuff. The external stuff can be very, you know, superficial. And so through that, just be altruistic through yourself, and disband, you know, all the cautionary tales that you've accrued and become jaded by having disappointments or experiencing disappointments. So that's the answer. That's why you have to be quite lighthearted about things. So getting to know each other is a point of rest, to recognize that this amazing, awesome person before you is a human being too. They're not like, you know, they're not some crazy off the wall, bigger than life. They're human. They're just a simple, humble human with simple, humble human problems, but also wonderful human attributes. And so getting to know them at face value at that level is going to be the way through your anxiety around the issue, you know? I feel as though you put somebody up on a pedestal, and you kind of tend to do that a lot. And so as you put them up on a pedestal, then you have a hard time relating to them, and so you need to take a step back from that. You need to take a step back and just be like, okay, well, you know, this is really wonderful. You can kind of think about it that way. So you have this Ace of Pentacles. So you have this insane physical drive towards pursuing something or someone. So it's like a burst of energy that comes up for you, and you're like, wow, okay, this is so much information. This is so much at once. But I feel as though in December, for whatever reason, you're going to be able to be a little bit more relaxed about it and easy about it. When Mercury goes retrograde, if this has to do with a past relationship, you will have an opportunity to rehash different facets of it, to work things out, to make it fair between the two of you, okay? So there's this level of control issues, and you get the Hanged Man. So it's like everything has a time and a reason, and in the long term of things, if you really want to know this person for a long time, it's only time that can reconcile certain issues and problems, and it's that you just have to give certain things time. That's why I think it's a significant relationship for you, because I think that what's going on is that you will be moving into not something that you need immediately be rewarded for or reconciled for or about. So Free Yourself got the Eight of Wands, which is like communicate when you're afraid, when you want to run, when you want to abandon a situation. Communicate, you know, and bring love into the situation, or accept the love that is being given to you. Well, Scorpio, nice little surprise. I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday season. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me throughout 2017. Stay tuned for more content. And yeah, I hope you guys have a happy holiday season. Thank you again so much, and take care. Bye.